So, have you gone under the microscope lately? Hey friends, it's Pastor Mike from Fellowship Church. Always good to connect with you midweek, especially after a week away. Thanks for a week of vacation. Look forward to sharing a thought with you for the day. That question for you, have you gone under the microscope lately? Here's why I share that, is that not long ago I saw a survey through Christianity Today, one of the magazines I read and trust, and the survey was basically a survey of 5,000 people who don't attend church on any kind of a regular basis. Now, for many of them, they had some kind of a church background, so at least there was some basic level of familiarity, but today they don't have any kind of a church home. And I'm always wanting to learn from people who were in that place in life to say, so tell me why. Why doesn't that work for you, or why isn't that of interest to you? Well, here's what I expected to find. I expected to hear from people who don't have a church home that they simply didn't agree with the beliefs of Christians, meaning they had read the Bible, or maybe they knew something about basic Christian doctrine and they simply didn't believe that way. Here's what I discovered from the survey, and I trust the survey because I think it's true. That was number 2 on the list. Doctrinal issues, issues of belief, theology, that was number 2 on the list. You want to know what's number 1? Not that they didn't agree with the beliefs of Christians, but they didn't agree with the behavior of Christians and didn't agree with the lifestyle of Christians. And one of the respondents to the survey had a testimony in the article as well. And he said, my unbelieving friends are more compassionate and giving than my believing friends. To which when I read that, my thought was, ouch, that hurts a bit. Okay, well, what are we going to do about that? Well, 1 Timothy chapter 4, that's the Apostle Paul writing to a young friend of his named Timothy, whom Paul had recruited and mentored and trained, and Timothy was now out pastoring a church himself. Paul says to Timothy, Timothy, watch your life and doctrine carefully. Now, you've maybe heard that phrase before. Maybe that's new to you. I want you just to focus on the order in which that takes place, because Paul said, Timothy, I want you to watch your life first and the doctrine second. And that wasn't just happenstance. I know that when Paul wrote something that way, he intended it that way. And here's what's interesting to me. That word watch literally means to examine something in detail. Here's how that occurs in my mind today. When's the last time you put your life under the microscope? Because when I think of our watching our life carefully, it makes me realize that unbelievers, before they know anything about what we believe or why we do church or why Jesus matters to us, before they get to that point, they're watching our life to see what difference it makes. And if what you say you believe doesn't make a difference in the way that you live, the way that you think, the way that you interact with this world, the way that you perceive things, perhaps even the extent to which you're willing to help someone who's in trouble, if your faith doesn't impact that, well then friends, the world around you is not interested in your faith. Because the world around you is only interested in your faith as long as it makes a difference in your life. So friends, have you put your life underneath the microscope lately? Did you take a long, hard look at the way that you live, the things you say, the things you don't say, the way you interact with people? That, my friends, is how we make sure our lives are inviting enough that the gospel might actually get an audience. Put your life underneath the microscope here, friends. It's a little hard to do. You might find something you didn't want to see. Put your life underneath that microscope and make sure that everything in your life gives an audience for the people who might be willing to listen to the Jesus whom you love. May that be true for all of you. Friends, I hope you have a wonderful week. Hope you stay safe. Hope you're staying warm. Looks like some good weather coming up for us. May you serve Jesus both in belief and in life this week. Take care. God bless.